Well, I didn't quite finish Vagabond, but got fairly close um, with implementation and testing. But you don't know, it's not done unless you know it works, and you don't know it works unless you test it. Um, so the documentation, we've got all the graph with the get edges. There's no real good, JS docs doesn't have a good generator syntax. So I said returns an edge. So there's some other things there. But we got graph, node, or element, node edge, query. Now in query, there is an ANDing method. So you essentially can pass a filter, properties ID label, you return true or false from that to include it or not. Or you can have some shortcuts, has key with an optional value, has not key with an optional value, and then you can say, okay, give me all the nodes that match this, or give me all the edges that match this. So that's it. So I still have a few to-dos. Got to get a init in there. So a few things like that. But let's see, where was the best one? Persist. There was something that I found out. So the double arrow way of creating functions differs in a very significant way from all of the regular function definitions. It will not allow this to be overridden. This is locked to the context or scope where it was created. So in this function, this right here is node. It is not whatever is calling this and resolving this, which is really interesting. I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. So no more having to do var self equals this and try to cascade everything down. If you want to lock this, use the double arrow, or use the double arrow, which I thought was really cool. Need to do the generators here, but we're pretty much done. I spent a lot of time reading about promises. Nice little short syntax here. Promise resolves, other things like that. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and, even though this is in memory, I've gone ahead and used promises so that I can swap this out if I need to, in terms of an implementation detail. That way, everything is synchronous except for ID and label on edge and node. So element, get ID and set ID, or get ID and get label. Those are the only things that are synchronous. And I do that purely because those things are immutable. I do have an issue. I just realized where if I have a reference to something and I delete it over here, this one won't go away. So let's figure out how to handle that, or even have to worry about it. Probably do. But there it is. I'll probably end up working a little bit tomorrow, even though it's Saturday, just to kind of wrap things up and get things done, do testing. And that's it for today. So take care. Have a great weekend.